Anybody ever had their doctor tell you that you need to lose weight in order to lower your blood pressure? What does that number on that scale have anything to do with our blood pressure? That is what we are going to talk about today.
Good morning. It is day 6 of the Zipper Ninja 30-day challenge, where all you gotta do is get up there and walk.
And walk I did today. How many of you out there are still walking? As you can tell, today we're doing a different format. We're doing it indoors, and I'm not walking around. I've decided that the content that we're trying to deliver is a lot more important than me walking around and showing you the neighborhood. So I'll try to do both, but I'll be the first to admit I am not a pro at this. But I really want to get the information out there, so I hope you are getting value from everything that I am doing. Today, our topic is on weight. Anybody ever had their doctor tell you that you need to lose weight in order to lower your blood pressure? What does that number on that scale have anything to do with our blood pressure? That is what we are going to talk about today. Now, when we're talking about weight, we have to deal with muscle and fat. These are things that we can control. We can't control our bone size, but we can control our hydration and also fat and muscle in our body. Yesterday, we talked about nitric oxide and how it's in our endothelial cells and how nitric oxide gets increased as we exercise. So if you're active and your endothelial cells are functioning like normal due to the nitric oxide in your blood vessels, then your blood vessels should be relaxed, and that in turn reduces and lowers your blood pressure. Which then takes us to what affects our weight. Ever heard the saying that muscle weighs more than fat? Well, for pound to pound, muscle and fat are the same weight. 1 pound of muscle equals 1 pound of fat. The difference then is the density of the weight. 1 pound of fat occupies more space compared to 1 pound of muscle. Muscles are more dense and it occupies less physical space in our body than 1 pound of fat. Also, the location of the fat in our body makes a difference in increasing or decreasing our blood pressure. One of the popular ways to measure fat is BMI, body mass index. Research tells us that the higher the BMI is, the higher at risk you are of high blood pressure. But the real answer is it depends. BMI is only a formula used by your height and also your weight. The result of this calculation is then used to match against a chart that tells us what is healthy and what is not. The problem with the standardized BMI is that every bodybuilder is considered obese because of how much they weigh compared to how tall they are. So since the density of muscle and fat are not taken into consideration when you look at BMI, a person that has a lot of muscles can weigh more than a person that has a lot of fat. So in that case, the numbers reflect that the person who is a bodybuilder will actually be way more obese than somebody who is maybe physically obese or visibly obese. You may have gathered that the more muscles we have in our body, the better the body can handle blood pressure because of the nitric oxide. So a recent study created a new acronym called RFM, and that stands for Relative Fat Mass. In the case of relative fat mass, it is distance around your waist in relation to your height that counts, rather than your weight. Researchers say that gives a better idea of whether somebody's body is at a healthy level or not. And all you need is a tape measurement. Researchers came up with different calculations. However, the RFM calculations were more accurate than more than 300 other formulas that the researchers used. This third idea about weight and blood pressure that some people might not have thought about is the size of your blood pressure cuff. If you believe that you're overweight, or if you believe that your arm circumference is bigger than the size of the cuff, you will need to order a new size cuff in order for you to get the proper reading for your blood pressure. If your blood pressure cuff is too small, your readings will always be higher than it really is. So please make sure you get the right size of blood pressure cuff. This way, you will get the proper reading for your blood pressure. When it comes to weight and blood pressure, we could probably go on, and that will take a long time for us to discuss. So today, I just want to see if I can introduce to you 3 different new ways of looking at weight and blood pressure. And one is density, BMI, and the proper size of your cuff. I hope you learned 3 new ways of looking at weight and blood pressure, and hopefully that helped you.
And that concludes the day 6 of Zipper Ninja 30-day challenge. See you tomorrow.